We are back with another Liverpool Europa League match review. Liverpool versus Sparta Prague. Great game from start to finish, right? I actually ended up catching it a little bit late because of what I do for a living. And 10 minutes in, we were already up 4 goals. I was like, did I miss the whole game? Like, what's going on? The scoreline is crazy. But the boys were sharp. They were on it today. Mohamed Salah, for me, was the player of the game. 3 goals, 3 assists, 1 goal. And I'm hearing that Bobby Clarke actually had a phenomenal game, which I'm really happy for him. I saw at the end of that match there that he actually pulled up with a knock. Hopefully he is okay. He's challenging Ryan Gravenberch for that position in midfield. And how good is it right now to be a Liverpool fan when you have all of these players that are coming into their own? Everyone's playing at such a high level. Even these youngsters that we weren't expecting much from we're not missing a lot of these first team players that are out right now. And a lot of them are coming back. Mo Salah is back. Dominic Szoboszlai is back. We're just waiting for Trent to return and Allison, right? Which I know those are going to be longer term injuries. But that brings Salah's goal contributions up to 33 for the season, which is absolutely mad. 20 goals, 13 assists, probably one of the highest in Europe right now. I think maybe only Kane and Mbappe of those likes are kind of ahead of him. But you got to keep into factor that Salah was out for like 2 months and he's still hitting these numbers. It's kind of scary to even think about it. And that I think that brings something from Michael Edwards next season, who has officially been appointed the Liverpool's sporting director as of 2 days ago. To think about, do you give a 30, 31, 32, 33-year-old Mohamed Salah contract after contract after contract? For me, I think you do. I think it's hard coming across players that can continue to produce like this season after season after season. He's now the only player in Liverpool's Premier League history to score 20 goals in 7 straight seasons. Congratulations, Mr. Mohamed Salah, for sure. But that brings Darwin Núñez's goal contributions up to 28, which I don't think anybody would have ever predicted coming into this season from last season or how much he struggled. But I predicted this. I knew that he was going to have a lull of the season that first season, and then the second season is when he brought it on. I mean, even when he played for Benfica, that first season that he played for them, I think he only scored like 10 times. And then the next season, he had like a 30-goal haul. So it's similar things happening here at Liverpool. And you have to say it's very exciting. We always tend to get a really good striker at Liverpool. We just always have been blessed with that. You know, before Núñez, we had Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. And before those guys, we had Luis Suarez. And before Luis Suarez, we had Fernando Torres. For Fernando Torres, we had Michael Owen and Robbie Fowler and Ian Rush. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of legendary Premier League strikers. And hopefully Núñez continues down that path and becomes a great Premier League striker for Liverpool. But everything's pointing in the right direction. I'm happy for him. He's been through a lot, and it's so cool being able to see him come good for the Liverpool supporters and shut a lot of the fans up, right? So Gakpo is now on 13 goals and contributions, goals and assists for his goal contributions. He's getting a lot of flack right now, and I think he's almost getting scapegoated by a lot of the Liverpool fans, which I think is in that same party of people who are worried about this draw for us in the Europa League. I think a lot of us are traumatized a little bit by the Manchester City years, that we get so close and we almost always find a way to lose it, or Man City finds one way to get 1 point ahead of us or not. So it's hard for us to believe that we're actually in competition to get a quadruple this season. And it looks likely, it looks more and more likely as time goes on. I mean, we're in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We have a quarterfinal game this Sunday with Manchester United that could send us into the semifinals of the FA Cup, and we're right smack dab in the middle of the Premier League title race. All signs point to where we're at least going to do a double this season, if not a treble or quad. So it looks good for me. For me personally, I think we can get all 4. I think we are set up in a way for the rest of the season in the Premier League. The teams we face aren't that difficult. The teams that Man City and Arsenal face, on the other hand, completely different story, right? They play each other when we get back into league action, so that could potentially be a benefit to us. The Europa League is wide open. The teams that I'm looking at right here, honestly, there's Benfica, AC Milan, Marseille, West Ham, Leverkusen, Atalanta, and Roma. I don't know about you guys, but those names don't strike fear to me. None of those names I think can beat this Liverpool side, who just pretty much played this probably one of the teams of the century, Manchester City, out of the park a few days ago, right? And I think that fed into the game today. They looked like no one could stop them. Yes, Klopp fielded a strong team today, but I think when you get games like that and you prove that you belong with some of the best in the world, it gives you that confidence. It just raises the standard. It raises the level for everybody on the team, including the coaching staff, including the physios, from top to bottom. When you get a result like that, where a lot of people doubted you out of that one, but you completely outclassed the best, right? It just proves to you that you belong there. We have a 43% chance of drawing an Italian side. So my prediction is that we are going to draw an Italian side. I think we are going to get Roma, who are on a resurgence of their own, but they just lost 1-0 to Brighton, a team that I think we beat. I know they skunked them 4-0 at home, so they ended up going through anyway. But no team, I think, on that board. I was worried a little bit about Leverkusen, honestly. I was worried a little bit about Leverkusen, but after what they did in this last round and being pushed by a team, Karabag, you know what I mean? A team literally no one even knows, in a league no one really even knows, being pushed all the way like that and having to get a stoppage time goal. I know that's epic, and it's European magic and stuff like that. But for a team that hasn't lost a single game all season in their league play, to be pushed by a team like that when they're out there 3-0ing, 4-0ing a team like Bayern Munich, doesn't make sense to me, right? So if you're trying to come to Liverpool, you're trying to come to Anfield on a European night, and you're banking on magic to happen, it's good. The magic's going to happen in the opposite direction for Liverpool and not for you. So for me, I think we're favorites out of that competition. I hope we don't draw Leverkusen next. That way we save them for the final or the semifinal, and we get to play Xabi Alonso for Klopp's final game as a Liverpool manager, and then Xabi comes over and becomes Liverpool manager. How storybook would that be, right? So I think we're going to get Roma. Atalanta would honestly be the ideal. I think they're probably the weakest side out of all of these that are there, along with Marseille, maybe, right? But is 4 on the horizon for us? I don't know. We'll see. Is the quad on the horizon? I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think we're going to get in the draw? Who do you want in the draw? Tell me who your man in the match was for this game, of course, the Sparta game. Hey, hats off to the Sparta supporters. They had more atmosphere losing 6-1 than Manchester City did, drawing 1-1 against us just a few days ago. So big shout out to you guys and your fans. You guys have been awesome, literally, this entire leg. Their fans are absolutely mad. And I think we learned a thing or two. I think our level has kind of gone up and up and up at Anfield since we started playing Sparta. I think they kind of showed us what it really means to be like a insane, ravenous fan, and you can feel it. You could hear it through the broadcasting at Anfield. It feels like the volume has just been turned up another 15-20% ever since that expansion. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and we will see you for the watch along for Manchester United this Sunday, FA Cup quarterfinal. Please stop in, say hi, say what's up. I'd love to talk, but we will see you guys this weekend. Peace.